Hi, this is Stephanie Miller from The Stephanie Miller Show. Please enjoy this exclusive clip from my show on Political Voices Network.
Hal Sparks has been calling BS on this entire Russia, Hunter Biden, Burisma nonsense from the Republicans from the very beginning.
Yeah.
And I just want to be clear that Hal was on top of that.
Someone should
he was
take
right, as he usually is.
Someone should take him on a tour to save the world, a comedy tour.
Wait, I don't know who could do that.
Somebody should do that.
Somebody should
he
think about
he is
that.
a weapon.
Chris, you have an idea for that?
I have running a few things by me.
Oh, okay, good. By the people?
Bob.
Hi.
I said
Hello,
earlier,
yes.
I don't know where I end and you begin sometimes. And I realized I was ripping you off, and I didn't even realize that I was just sharing a thought when...
Well, it's a common observation. We can both have this observation independent of each other.
We've been sharing bodily fluids since 1912, so I don't sometimes know that they
1903,
slosh together. And
Ew, gross.
I meant that in a sexy way.
No.
That's
but
right.
we played this
Yes.
stupid, Trump doubles down on attacking America's NATO allies. There's an ocean between us. And you said, hey, dingus, which that you had me at hello.
Yeah.
You had me at hey, dingus.
I can't not say that.
The ocean didn't help us on September 11, 2001, after which all NATO signatories, per Article 5, pledged their support. The only time Article 5 has been invoked, by the way. I contend Donald Trump has never read a book. Do you agree?
I would absolutely agree, and I assure you, he's never read the NATO Charter either.
Yes.
He has no idea. This is all being fed to him from Russia. He's doing this. What stake does Donald Trump really have with NATO? What does it really mean to him? Absolutely nothing.
He doesn't know what communism means. He doesn't know what fascism means. He just throws out these, okay. He just is.
I'd like to see him point to Poland on a world map. I bet he can't do it. That's how dumb he is. And when it comes to NATO, he's being fed these talking points because this makes Vladimir Putin very, very happy.
Putin wants,
it's like a mentor-apprentice relationship between Putin and Trump. And Trump, honest to God, wants to be the American Putin. That's what he's running to be right now. He's not running to be president. He's running to be president for life.
Yeah, you're confused. You're not Navalny in this scenario. You're Putin. You want to be Putin.
Right. Exactly.
It's hard to even. Yeah, let's spare you one more, Lara Ingram.
I'm sorry.
Soundbite, but Ingram, what's the first thing you do if you become president again on the border? Trump, drill, baby, drill. First of all, that makes no sense.
Oh, God.
It's not what?
No.
It has nothing to do with the border. And as you point out, the United States is currently producing more oil than any nation in the history of human civilization. The deluded suckers in the audience have no idea. There's so many layers of dumb in every Donald Trump statement.
And it's so bizarre that he's landed on drill, baby, drill.
Yeah.
He never ever talks about drill, baby, drill. This is not like a major thing for Donald Trump as far as his agenda goes. But he's decided this is going to be the thing he does when he's dictator for just one day. And I always like to add that dictators are never dictators for just one day. They remain dictators until they're dead. And even then, they try to secure some sort of legacy for themselves with, a hand-picked successor, usually a child. So this is something that Donald Trump has been planning for. But the drill, baby, drill thing, first of all, torn from Sarah Palin's playbook.
That's what I was thinking. Did Sarah Palin
weird.
say that over pizza eaten with a fork or whatever?
She did. That was one of her many, many weird things, like death panels. Drill, baby, drill. And that's the thing. Drill, baby, drill. I don't know what that does. Maybe convinces the rubes and suckers that if he does this, then gas prices are going to be a little bit lower or something.
Yeah.
It's just absolute nonsense, since we are producing more oil right now than any nation in human civilization. That's how much oil is coming out of the United States. Not that we should love that, but as far as the election goes, it convinces the regular folks that something is being done about, fossil fuels.
I was mentioning yesterday, Bob, on Russian TV, they're talking about how dumb maggots are. How dumb and loud talking points. It's all that works for them. Like they're so easily manipulated. It's just. Yeah. But we were saying this Smirnoff, in case you've just tuned in, a former FBI informant that claimed Joe Biden received $5 million bribe, said that officials associated with Russian intelligence were involved in proliferating that claim. He was arrested last week for lying to the FBI. But I was making the point, there was a tweet earlier, Bob, about how Russia has its dirty hands in everything in American politics. Any issue that causes conflict and division and might hurt Joe Biden, they got their dirty little hands in, don't they?
Oh, yeah. And this guy, Smirnov, is up to his eyeballs in Russian spies and disinformation. I mean, it's very clearly from the legal filings that we saw yesterday that it's the FSB instructing Smirnov to transfer disinformation to these suckers in the Republican Party, which leads me to question which of these two options is true. Mm-hmm. The Republicans, and now I'm interchanging them both.
Yes, well,
like Joe Biden did with Mexico and Egypt. I'm doing Russians and Republicans, but I mean, this is something that everyone does. I'm 52 years old. I don't have dementia. We scramble words sometimes.
Right.
Anyway,
right.
So they're feeding the Republicans this information. The Republicans are buying it unwittingly, or the Republicans are buying into it deliberately, knowing that it's disinformation.
They're traitors.
Either one of those scenarios is
whatever hurts America is good with them, Bob, because it hurts Joe Biden and it helps Donald Trump. It is absolutely treason.
And somehow this party is still competitive in the United States. Somehow the Republican Party is able to endure without torches and pitchforks outside their homes right now.
Yeah.
Because that's what we're talking. That's the kind of thing. I'm doing a little bit of Malcolm Nance shoutiness here.
Well, we're coming. We're coming with torches in November.
Yeah, because I mean, this is another episode where it is so egregious and so unprecedented that a major political party in this country has been entirely duped by obvious Russian information that, again, Hal Sparks was on top of 2 years ago.
Thank you.
I mean,
it's
absolute madness.
And Tristan Snell, our friend, said Alexander Smirnov is just the tip of a much larger and dirtier iceberg of Putin's continued attempts to overthrow America from within. We must demand that the DOJ and the intelligence agencies follow this investigation wherever it leads, go all in with a full investigation now. If we're going to have these BS Bob Hur and Hunter Biden investigations, And by the way,
as soon as that investigation starts, all the Republicans will be claiming that they're Navalny now, just like Donald Trump was doing last night. What an insult to political prisoners. My God.
Speaking of prophets like Hal Sparks, and by the way, if you feed Hal Sparks and get him wet after midnight, what happens, Chris? Bob Cesca.
Yep.
Has anyone ever disproven it? I don't think so.
No.
Okay.
Prove us wrong.
Yeah.
But we can run an experiment. Yeah.
You've been one of the only people talking about Project 2025. I wore my Stop Project 2025 t-shirt yesterday. You said the Project 2025 plan, made up of nearly 100 anti-abortion and MAGA groups, is in the process of designing a far-reaching anti-abortion agenda for Trump's second term. They're drafting executive orders for Trump to roll back freedoms on day one. I mean, this chilling frozen embryos are people ruling in, where is it, Alabama? Dear God. Gives us a preview.
Yeah. They're going after IVF now. It's going to be maybe in this order. IVF will get banned, and then no-fault divorce, and then contraception, although it's a question as to whether or not no-fault divorce or contraception will come next. So let's say it's a tie for second in terms of what's next on the or what's after IVF on the Republican extremist agenda. And the interesting thing about IVF right now is only 6% of Americans in a recent survey said that IVF is morally wrong. So once again, the Republican Party, and I almost said Donald Trump. It's the same thing. Republicans, Russians, Donald Trump. Yeah, I mean, the Republican Party is on the wrong side of an issue in a big way. I mean, we're talking about 94% support for IVF. Republicans, MAGA Republicans, need fertility treatment. They go to these places. It's madness.
And I grew up in Buffalo, so I speak as a former frozen embryo. That hey everybody, this is the joke.
Weren't you conceived and delivered in Maryland, though?
Oops. Okay, Bob. Ruin the joke.
You know too much.
I guess I do.
Yes, the very same state where I pulled Bob Cesca's considerable yam sack out of the brambles on the bike path. As lore would have it.
And I'm so grateful for that. Thank you for pulling my yam sack out of the.
It's considerable. I need it like the jaws of life. It is huge. Okay.
A crane. Yeah.
Oh my God.
It's like one of those.
Yeah, how many late night calls have I gotten from Kimberly Johnson? Could you come and get him off me?
He's gigantic.
He's gigantic. He's
This
stuck.
fridge is cold.
Help! I need the jaws of life again. Bob.
Oh God. Yes. I'm a large man. I'm very tall.
The joke is Bob's large everywhere. Okay, and getting larger.
Oh my God.
Okay. What? I don't know.
Oh,
That was a
God.
Leon joke. Okay, listen. You
Do you
retweeted
see
someone.
Free Speech TV. Free Speech TV is seeing me turn beet red for the last 30 seconds.
Bob Seska,
Radio
now in,
Hall of Fame.
Technicolor. You
That's
retweeted
right.
someone named Buzz Burbank who said Georgia Governor Brian Kemp says he's been interviewed by agents of Special Counsel Jack Smith. Oh.
Yeah. Another thing that's at stake with this election, by the way.
Thank you.
These are things we have to bear in mind.
And can
not
I just say-
Mexico and Egypt.
With the most amoral human we've ever experienced, I've had it with people tisking Bonnie Willis. You know, it just.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, my God. Donald Trump, for many, many years, has completely devalued the phrase witch hunt.
Yeah.
He's stripped
Thank
it of
you.
all meaning. He
Thank
might
you.
as well just be making fart noises at this point when he says witch hunt. That's how little it actually means to anyone anymore because
Yeah.
he never shuts the F up about it.
Yeah.
But you know what? What's
Until you
happening
watch
to
the
Willis?
Fonnie Willis hearing. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I mean, Fonnie Willis is actually the victim of a witch hunt. This is
Yeah.
legitimately, and it's all part of Donald Trump's ridiculous stalling tactics.
Thank
This is
you.
just delay tactics,
And-
and they're ruining these people's lives.
Rebecca Jones tweeted, here's the thing about Bonnie Willis. It doesn't matter who the prosecutor is. They were always going to make him or her a target. That she's a powerful black woman made the attacks more vicious and personal. By allowing the GOP to quote-unquote spoil Willis, you're conceding that Republicans can engage in fringe attacks, defamation, conspiracy theories, and character assassination on anyone that stands up to power, and the media is complicit. I mean, yeah.
I mean, the whole idea of, painting black professionals, black people in general, as being salacious and sex-starved and all this stuff. This is torn directly from Birth of a Nation.
Yep.
This is lost cause, revitalized in the Trump era, like all the other racist tropes that they've wheeled out and are so proud to be just saying out loud now.
That's what Frangela said. They just couldn't wait to dig in a black lady's panties. You know, it just
exactly. Oh yeah, the slutty black lady.
Yeah.
Make sure that's the point. That's what they're trying to emphasize here.
Yeah.
It's it's so ridiculous how everything old is new again. All of those lost cause, like minstrel show stereotypes of black people get resurrected by the Republican Party on a routine basis, and it's no longer just dog whistles. Again, they're just coming right out and saying it. It's horrendous, and again, at some point, racism has to become wrong again. I hope that's soon. I hope that's somewhere around the corner. I hope the pendulum swings back the other way, and I think we all need to start pushing. I think we all need to start pushing that pendulum so it does.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Noted feminist Bob Seska. So fantastic. We love you. Bob Seska is essential for democracy.
That's right.
Sexyliberal.com, where you can find all things sexy and liberal. We love you, Bob Seska.
Thank you so much. Love you too, Stephanie.
All right,
okay,
goodbye.
bye-bye.
Bye.